You're watching The Mic Check, on every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Mic Check. It's going to be a fantastic night, and tonight we are doing a Geico commercial. And, well, it's one that involves a walrus, but yet the speaker is taking it very seriously, you know, kind of tongue-in-cheek funny, but still, he's taking the whole thing seriously. I think, it's like having walrus in the goal easy, that sort of thing. Anyway, I believe Dave has given us the go ahead to volunteer him first.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the world. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
All right, so pick somebody to go after you.
Okay, Corey?
All right. Hey guys, Dave and I are going to be working from the same mic.
No worries.
Okay, here we go. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Next. Corey gets to pick somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'll pick Michael.
All right. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Nathan, it's here ya.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Dan.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Debbie.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Russ.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Richard.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Rob? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it looks like Rob Dinsmore.
Yes.
Rob, you there?
He's muted.
Yeah, unmute. Don't pull on me.
Yeah, if you're on PC, the mute button should be in the bottom left corner of the window.
Yeah, I'm basically just listening right now because think of me as Jethro.
Okay, cool. No problem. You can be an observer, but if you do have an opinion and if you do want to pipe in and say something, you're more than welcome to. So we'll go ahead and skip you for now.
All right, then let's go with Shane.
Oh, sorry. Just took a copy down. Hang on. Let me get it back. Here we go. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
All right, Shane, who's going next?
Russ
Leonard.
is Russ yet?
Leonard, Joe, Janet, Devin. I think I've got everybody else.
Let's go with Devin.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Janet.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Who's left? I'm sorry.
Joe or Leonard?
Okay, Joe.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That leaves you, Leonard.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Did anybody not go that wants to go? All right.
Cool. So everybody has gone. Awesome.
Yes, that was everybody.
What did people notice about the script? What were some impressions, some thoughts? Let's hear it.
We had a lot of pauses after the first line, which is not bad. That's a different take, and some just put it all together. So that was a little bit of a different spot. Some were not as deadpan maybe as they should have been based upon the description above, but
it's not necessarily deadpan. I don't see it as necessarily deadpan. It's more taking it
serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean deadpan, although
right.
For me, taking it seriously, it is deadpan. And for most of
I mean, really? What? That's not the same thing. What is deadpan?
No, because I mean, you could take
it. Yeah. So deadpan is just mostly flat.
Yeah.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. You know, it's all flat. It's just you know.
Yeah.
Take it seriously is you know, not trying to play up a joke or not trying to play up a sale or anything like that.
Okay.
You know, so it's more relatable. It's more
not a self-criticism thing, but I did catch myself rolling into an accent right back into that.
Nathan.
Yes.
Dan Rule is active. You cannot say that.
No, it wasn't self-criticism. It was, I heard that.
Same thing.
Same thing. It falls into the same category. Right. But yes, I did notice.
I'll take that.
That's okay, Nathan. We still love you. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I'd watch the speed, even if this is a 15-second spot. You can go a little slower than.
Yeah.
Some people were rushing through it, and that would be a 5-second spot.
Yeah, that's actually I was gonna mention that. I did notice that some of the reads were really a lot quicker than I thought they should have been.
Yeah. Well, one thing is and especially on the video side of this, there is a ton of filler that goes between all of this, and that's, you know, and which I'm imagining if this were done radio wise, there would be particular sound effects that would be thrown in just to give you the impression of where you're at, you know, and that way the listener would get the same perception that the viewer would get if they were watching the television commercial.
So actually, Nathan, I know you brought up right at the very beginning that this script was, you said it was sort of adapted to be both radio and or like audio only and audio visual, right?
Yes.
That's what you mentioned.
Yeah.
Well, I would disagree that this would be audio only for one particular reason.
The walrus
and missing context entirely.
What do you think about speaking a little louder on the last line? Because now you're at a hockey game.
I would say that would actually break away from what this is trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, because and I did watch the video before picking this piece of copy out, was that he's literally not trying to talk over a crowd while he's doing the spot.
It's probably more like a play-by-play announcer, if I had to guess.
Well, I wouldn't even say that. This is definitely like consciousness over the shoulder announcer. Like the person who's speaking, though, the voice actor is sort of like, let's see if I can actually show it. It's sort of just like right here on the person. You're just the tiny little, you know, shoulder nudge.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that actually being present in the scene is right for this particular script. You know, not like, I mean, if this was, I mean, if you were actually playing the spokesperson there, like you were actually in the scene itself, yeah, of course, absolutely, but not for this particular one, I don't think, at least.
Yeah, this is kind of an observer kind of role.
Yeah.
He's looking at it, he's describing it, and he's talking. I don't know who he's talking to. That's a good question. He's talking to the one person that is watching this. It doesn't.
Well, if you remember from when we had, I believe it was, who was
Mark Cashman?
No. It was one of our two most recent ones.
Larry.
No, before Larry.
Monda.
Elaine Clark.
Elaine Clark.
Yes, Elaine.
Yeah. Okay, Elaine. She mentioned that it's not important necessarily who you're talking to, but why you're saying what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that with this one we can approach it with more of that in mind. Like what's the idea? The idea is that, the main overall story behind this is Geico is easy. It's straightforward. It's always going to be there for you, just like having this massive immovable blob of blubber in front of a hockey goal. Like you're unbeatable at that point. That's sort of the idea.
JD and Takia just arrived. Do we want to allow them to read, or do we want to continue discussion?
Well, that's up to them. JD, would you like to give this a go?
Oh, I'd always like to read.
By the way, congrats, JD. Just so that everybody knows, JD was actually signed on for 2 years with a major game publisher.
I know.
So he hasn't released any information on who that is, and I'm sure that there's an NDA or something like that involved, but it is a really awesome success that he's found. So congratulations, JD.
Heck of a get. Thank you very much.
Can't wait to hear you in the next Zelda game.
Really excited. No, that's not it. Yeah, I can't wait. They even switched recording studios for me, so I get to record at Mark Grau.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Mark's invited me there a few times. I said, I'm not coming until I can record there. And these guys booked a place, and then I told them, oh, that's too bad. I would have liked to have. And they said, fine, we're done.
All right.
Awesome.
Just tell me who the lead is. Just text it to me later.
Me.
Who's the company?
Stop trying to get him in trouble, Janet.
We can't talk about that. We can't talk about that right now. That's not check either.
This is public.
JD, do you have the script up in front of you?
Geico script, voiced as though this is a real thing.
Go for it.
Taking it seriously, although it's laughable. All right, so this is my first actual look at it. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it, because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
All right. So you actually hit on a lot of what we were discussing earlier. With a lot of the previous reads, some of them happened really quick. So we discussed about slowing this down a little bit. Can you tell how this is going to be used? Is this going to be audio or audio visual?
I think this is going to be audio visual.
Yeah. So I see it as a couple people in the stands and, sort of talking to each other. You've got the popcorn, maybe you've got a beer in your hand, and, it's kind of like, one person talking. It's sort of like, it's got the shoulder shrug kind of happening. So you're watching the action and you're having the conversation. Yeah, Geico says it's easy. Having a goal and walrus in the goal easy. Just that kind of thing. That's how I see
their MO. I know we're going to see a walrus.
Yeah, there's actually going to be a walrus in a goal at some point.
If you haven't seen the commercials, yes, there is.
I just showed the picture earlier.
Sorry, Dave, go ahead.
I see the ref coming up to the penalty box saying this. The referee.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't see this as an actual character in the scene itself.
Third person.
Personally.
Third person character.
Yeah, this is a third person character. This is somebody who's just observing everything from the complete outside.
Right.
So
telling a joke, kind of.
Say again?
He's kind of telling a joke.
And kind of, but not really. He's trying to basically what this is telling the story that Geico is always going to be there for you and you're unbeatable with it, with this super weird example.
Yes. Got you covered, you're protected, and that's the Geico thing.
So I think if you really want to play to the comedy of this script, you just want to be as genuine with the delivery as you can be.
Yeah.
Like just as it's saying up there.
Yeah.
You want to be as just like, hey, Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. Like, who else does that? It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. It's that sort of idea of like, I'm being legit, but this is really, really
higher.
stupid.
I guarantee if I did not know this, the way this sounded from the start, my first inclination, because of the way I am, would be to on the having a walrus in the goal thing turns into a kind of a Woody Allen kind of.
Actually,
No.
I was with Dan. Dan saying, Dan, you said you were kind of slipping into your accent. When I first read The Walrus in the Goal, I pictured it more like, you know, hey, you can't tell what's in the pickle jar till you get the lid off in it. The walrus in the goal easy.
Yeah, actually, Dan, I think you could really lean into your accent on this one, and
I'm thinking I'm going to.
yeah, you should. You should. I think it'd be awesome. So,
Very cool.
sorry, go ahead, Leonard.
On the walrus and the goal, would it be right or wrong or just artistic choice to say it with a twinkle in your eye?
What do you mean?
To say it with a twinkle in your eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, what exactly does that mean?
Like a wink?
Secret? Like it's a
Yeah, I mean, you could call it a wink.
like a secret?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, what you're doing with that and this is actually going into what I was going to talk about next. What you're doing with that last section there, it's not just Geico easy, is you're comparing the two. So I think maybe a little twinkle, a little up play in, you know, how much easier a game of hockey is when you have a massive blubber in front of your goal. You know, yeah, you want to play that up a little bit. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. The other thing is you could probably put in like a little like half pause or comma in that first sentence, because it is kind of long. It is kind of a run-on, and it does have it has multiple different ideas in it. Well, no, it's got two different ideas in it, and I think those two different ideas need to be separated. So, for instance, there's the first half. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it, and there I think you can put a mini comma there, and then there's the explanation, because it provides licensed agents around the clock. Did anybody else notice that you could just split those two up just a hair?
That's what I did. I put a
new line.
I think almost all of us did. There was a few that ran it together, but for the most part, we all did split that up.
Like a micro pause.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it
A micro pause, a comma. There. Sorry, go ahead, Russ.
I thought it sounded good ran together, though. Whoever ran it together did sound good, though.
That was me.
Yeah.
There were several of you that did, and it didn't sound bad. It was just a different choice.
Yeah. I'm just saying that was an option. It's another option that you could take if you wanted to. You could add a comma there, or you could run the whole thing together. Just make sure to emphasize the ideas that Geico can give you help when you need it, because you have agents available whenever you need it. So just make sure that those ideas are communicated clearly. I think that's going to be the main goal of that top part.
So since Nathan's seen it, are we getting close, Nathan, to what actually happened?
Actually, it's still televised on TV. So if you haven't seen it, you're not really paying.
Hey, Duncan. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, no sleepies, Duncan. Yeah, no.
Well, hey, why not? Afterwards, we can go ahead and pull it up on YouTube.
I got you.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank
You
you.
already knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I've already got it.
Well, anyway, so was there any other notes or questions about the script itself that anybody wanted to ask or bring up? No? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and dive back in, starting with, I believe it was Dave.
Dave started, yep.
I lost you. Can you want me to say it again?
You're up.
You're up. It's time for you to read, and the rest of us will be your directors.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Okay, opening it up. What did everybody think?
I liked it. It sounded genuine. It sounded like he was just talking to me. You know, that's what it sounded like to me.
Kind of
But
went
I
up.
like it as well.
Help when you need it.
On Joe's notes that he had earlier, I thought it sounded genuine. Slow it down just a tad, because
I was
going to say the first sentence
of that.
especially.
I'll slow it down.
Yeah.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. Not just because it's Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Okay. So you did a little bit of ad lib at the bottom there, the beginning of that last section. Just careful of that.
Okay.
Otherwise, I think that was the right pace.
Okay. Can I try it again?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
There you go.
That's it. Yeah. I don't have
like
anything
that
else.
one. I don't
Anybody
have
got
a
anything
whole
else to
lot.
say?
Are you in Jersey?
No, I'm not in Jersey. I'll use my. I try to get rid of my New York. I'm in
New York going on.
Rikers Island, cell block 227.
They let you have a microphone at Rikers?
Yeah, he's in the padded cell, so it makes perfect for acoustics.
There you go.
Rikers has great internet. I've been there myself.
No, but really, like, that was actually a really, really solid read. It felt genuine. The pace was really good. It was easy to follow along. Actually, I think my one really nitpicky note on that would be if you are going at that pace, you really don't need that pause when you need it. I think you could go ahead and blend all of that together at that point. Because the pace just really lent it to a really solid storyteller pace, something it's easy to follow along with and easy to process. But all in all, even if that was like a final take, I would say that's really spot on. That was pretty fantastic.
I hear it again.
This is Corey. This is
Janet wants to hear it again. So
Safety take.
Yeah, safety take. Yeah, Dave, go ahead. Give it to us again.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
It is very good.
Yeah, I heard a little more New York coming out there, but I liked it.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good.
He's
out there very good.
Accent reduction. I thought it was good.
Oh, believe me, accent reduction's not cheap.
No, it's not, buddy.
I know it.
I love the Texas accent.
I'm not too hating of the New York one either.
Wow, what kind of a comment was that? Well, it doesn't totally suck, but I don't really hate it either.
Can't go ahead and say New York City.
It's one I ain't figured out yet.
When you say, can't say water, you have to say water. Can't say New York, you have to say New York. It's just
New York.
You have to talk like you're from a little more upstate.
Right. That's upstate, New York.
Funny thing is, my mom's from upstate. She
So is
talks
mine.
like she's from Brooklyn.
That's hard to get rid
Mom's
of.
from upstate New York, and she has a Spanish accent, so.
You know,
All right. So I think we can go ahead and move on. Corey, I believe you're next.
Yeah, I just want Debbie to know we're like this group of we giggle back and forth, and it took me a long time to even feel comfortable in the group. So I just want Debbie
We
to
still
know.
throw her a curveball so that she never does get comfortable, but she
See, stuff like that.
Well, I have my hair up here, but don't worry, it'll be coming down soon.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and move on. Corey, you're up next.
Corey, can you guys hear me? I'm coming over as Dave.
Absolutely. We can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. Okay, here we go. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. I went upscale on the goal.
Dan Rule is active. You cannot comment on your own read.
My bad.
comment.
You have to focus. The reason being is that so oftentimes we will do this to ourselves is, as a voice actor, you're an artist, and artists never are happy with their own art. There's always more that you could do with it. There is more you can add to it. So you're naturally going to be your own worst enemy when it comes to self-direction and the like. That's okay. Everybody does it. In fact, one of the main skills you have to learn is getting over that. So,
And actually, this place helped me do it, and I still do it every once in a while.
So the whole idea is that when you're up to read, that is all you focus on. That is it. You just focus 100% solely on your performance, on your read, and that's that. We'll take care of all of it. Now, to go into that, you emphasized you at the very beginning. That's a huge no-no. That is that is one of the ways that you immediately start sounding like
Salesy.
that typical announcery, salesy sound that nobody likes anymore. And that's actually also not even the operative word in that phrase, in that thought. It's not when you need it, it's when you need it. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it. Because
Not
I mean,
that pronounced, but yeah.
yeah, not that pronounced, but still, just as an example. The reason being is, are you really going to sign up with somebody who selectively gives you help? Like, are you going to hire a company to help you with something that they'll be like, yeah, well, maybe we will. I don't know. I mean, we have your money already. Let's just not help you. No, the whole idea is you get the help when you need it, or even when you need it, because Geico provides licensed agents around the clock. So that's the whole idea. That's the story you're trying to tell at the very beginning. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock.
Okay.
So for that second part, yes, you did start climbing up into the upper levels of your register, and that starts making you sound a little sing-songy and reedy. What I mean by that is it doesn't sound very sincere. So what you're going to want to do with that is use more of like physical actions. Shrug your shoulders. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. You know, like that's the difference. Like Geico, yeah, it's easy, but this is even easier because you don't even have to think about it. It's just
right. Okay. I'm gonna give it another wing.
Please go for it.
Okay, great. Geico says it's easy to get. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
All right, you got that tagline at the end better, but you still hit you.
Okay.
You still says Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to move the emphasis away from you entirely. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it.
There are very few instances where you're gonna punch the pronoun, and this is definitely not one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, like we've said in the past, please leave that poor pronoun alone. It didn't do anything to you.
If you kind of put them together, like when you need it, when ya.
Yeah, there you go.
That helps.
Yeah. In fact, that'll make it even sound more natural when you need it.
Okay.
Give that a try. Yeah, just contract it.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
There you go.
One more. Do it
one more time. One more time.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That was it. That was fantastic.
Excellent.
Right on the goal.
Awesome.
The reason I asked you to reread it is because you still wanted to go up on the you, and then when you did it again, you were more relaxed on it.
Okay. Good suggestion, Russ. Nice.
When you first tried it, you went when you need it, need it. You went up, you stepped up, and then that time you went when you need it, and that made it sound a little bit more natural.
Awesome. Thank you.
But Corey, let me ask you a question real quick. How did that feel to you? How was that delivery? Did that delivery feel different?
No, with the tips that the guys gave me, I thought it was awesome. I applied them. The second read, I felt better than the first read.
Mm-hmm. Well, you definitely, that first one with that first contraction, yeah, it came off a little bit awkward because you're probably just doing that in your head. That's okay. But when you went through it that last time, spot on. That was fantastic.
Thanks, Mike.
No, thank you.
Yoda?
All right.
Yoda?
There is no try, Dan.
That's awesome, Dan. That's awesome.
No try, just do.
All right, so I believe I am up next. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Yeah, it seems like you're coming in and out of the microphone a little bit.
Well, not on mic enough?
Yeah.
It might be the Zoom doing that auto setting again.
Yeah, might be.
Yes, that Zoom auto
Yeah.
setting really messes up your sound.
was sure that I fixed that.
It seemed like it happened when you turned your head a little to me.
You sounded a little uninterested to me.
Yeah.
Like you
It
were
sounded a little like you were reading too.
Hey,
Oh, I sounded reading.
You're being
The last licensed agents around the clock sounded like a read.
Yeah, that first little paragraph was, and it may have sounded that way. You were buzzing through it pretty good. Your pace was better, I thought, in the second section, but that first section,
yeah,
I
that
haven't had much sleep in the last 24 hours. You,
Well, JD, this is why I say I wish it was as good as you.
hey, I wish I were as good as me too. So I don't know.
I just want to be an award-winning voice artist.
I don't care
Janet.
about that. I want
Janet.
yeah, you know, hey, JD, most of us are happy for you. So, hey, it's a good thing.
most of you. That's all right.
We're all happy for you. Don't let him lie to
Okay.
you.
We're all working
Right.
as hard as each other. So you don't have to get out there and do it yourself.
All right, so slow it down and engage a little bit more, right?
Can I offer up a differing opinion?
No, you can't, Joe. You
Okay,
cannot.
fine.
Go ahead, Joe. What's up?
I actually liked the read because you sounded you had decided on a character. You weren't a salesman. I didn't. Obviously, I'm coming into this late, but you sounded like a character, like somebody who was at the game watching it.
Okay. Well, that was something that we agreed wasn't quite the right choice.
Really? Okay.
Definitely need
But he
to
liked
be
it, so you're going to get some people who do.
But you nailed another read, not this one.
I nailed a
another.
completely different one, but this was not like that. All right.
liked the way you did
I'll
the
try to
second one.
engage myself a little bit more with it, and I'll work on my pace. Let's see.
Can I ask why it was
The only
not
thing I noticed
a
was
good
at the
choice?
the only thing I noticed was at the very end. That's what I noticed at the very end when you said it's having a walrus in the goal easy. Like it's almost like you don't have to even say goal so hard.
Yeah.
So I said goal too hard?
John, the
sounded
reason
like
it's
John, why
not
don't you explain? Yeah.
the reason it's not a good choice is because if you do your research on the client itself, they are always third person unless it's the Geico Gecko or the caveman or whatever, unless it's an actual character. And like these kind of reads from Geico are always third person, disconnected from the rest of it.
Yeah.
That's why it was a
Okay, so did we decide it's a hockey game or a soccer game then?
The hockey game.
Hockey game.
How does the person know that if they're not at the game seeing it?
Because
Well,
this is audio visual script. So there's
a walrus would never fit a soccer goal. I mean, you'd have to be an awful big walrus.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking the question because I've seen the spot.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure that when they sent this spot out, they probably had a lot more detail being
yeah.
the writers. This is just a transcription of the current commercial. Everybody's seen the spot. And we'll show it at the end of the show.
Before you go, Michael, there is one other, when Janet said you hit goal a bit too hard, it also triggered that last sentence is a comparison. And I don't think we were talking about it in terms of a comparison. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. Walrus in the goal is one concept. So it's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Okay.
I get that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me try it again. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
I thought it was a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it better.
What'd you think, Debbie?
I liked it better too. I liked the way he did the second sentence the first time. And this first sentence was on the second time was more relaxed. I thought the whole thing hung together nicely in total.
Okay. Anybody hear anything maybe I should change or do differently?
Well, you have a dramatic flair when you speak. So when you do a walrus in the goal, it's not excessively breathy. But it is that Mike Montez,
He's got that Don LaFontaine style going on there. That's what it is. Don
It's not
LaFontaine.
just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
There you go.
Shake that off. Listen, every man on the street, walrus in the goal.
Which before he left this earth, Don LaFontaine did a Geico commercial. So hey,
that's true. In the room, no less.
Yeah.
Get live. He did it live.
Yeah, and they didn't even name him. Voiceover guy.
Well, I'm sure to the vast majority of people, if they called him Don LaFontaine, nobody would know at all who he is.
Oh, true. Yeah, everybody would be or Googling him anyway. So,
all right. So, second time was better.
I would say give it one more read, similar to the last one. Just slow it down a little bit.
Even slower. Okay.
Just a hair. Not. I mean, maybe 10% slower. Not dramatically.
It was bordering on almost being disinterested, and it was just on that borderline. I think if you slow it down, it's going to be whatever.
I want to hear it.
Well,
let's give it a go. Let's see if I can even pull it off.
Mike, I want you to pull it into the mask more, out of the throat and into the mask. But that's just me.
Out of the throat and into the mask.
So glad you could make it tonight, JD.
Sorry. Well, again, it's Michael's style. It's just at the forefront of the back of the throat. It's how he delivers. It's his unique tone. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear something more common. That's just me. This is Geico. Hey.
All right.
I don't know what the director wants.
Let's give it a go. Why not? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That was more present.
See?
Yes.
Like I said,
Very good.
Slower. It was perfect. Well, not perfect, but I mean, there's.
I liked it.
I think the second part was more in the mask, but the first part still seemed kind of dramatic to me. I see what he's saying now. I really hear that now.
Mm-hmm.
So you think I'm playing up the drama a bit too much?
There is no drama.
Well, what I mean is sorry, adding drama or like.
I think that's just your style. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So maybe you don't really fit completely for this commercial, but to try.
There you go. Thank you. Next.
Michael's lower third. Next mic check will be Michael. I sound like LaFontaine Montez.
There you go.
No, Michael, you're not right for this commercial, Montez.
Ouch.
But that last read was a lot better than the two prior. I'm not gonna argue that. That was the best read I've heard so far.
But I've heard you do that before. I've heard you come out of it and sound like a person that's not being a little dramatic.
Yeah, but he usually
so you've heard me sound like a person before, huh?
Let's do a corporate. Let's do a corporate, Michael. Is that what you want to hear? A corporate?
Oh, I'm trying to get away from those kinds of.
It could be worse. He could sound like a Muppet.
All right, one last one. And then we'll move on, all right? One last one. We'll move on.
Maybe you need a pattern break.
Maybe I do. Okay, give me a character, I guess.
Something happy.
Something excitable.
Yeah.
How about that sexy senile grandma we were talking about earlier?
There you go. Sexy.
Or Roger Rabbit.
I was thinking Mickey Mouse, but that's too much probably.
There you go. Or Roger. Oh, yeah.
Well, I could try Mickey Mouse.
I like that.
Holy shit.
Good. That was pretty darn good.
Let's give it a go.
Good.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That was really good.
Michael just booked his next gig as Mickey Mouse.
Holy shit.
That was awesome.
Fantastic.
All right.
Gosh, that was good.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
I like the way you said clock. Around the clock.
Upspoke.
Clock up. Threw away goal. Walrus in the goal.
Yeah, maybe it's just a smile you need to add. I think
It's
you
just
added a smile. Yeah.
So I didn't have a smile before. Okay.
Yeah.
Did this one sound better though? Did it fix those issues?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, might have created a couple new ones.
I met Wayne Allwine, and he's proud of that.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's official. I'm going to be Michael, not right for this commercial, Montez. Got it.
She said something about having issues with her phone or her tablet, and would like to go next if possible.
Yeah, it was Leonard.
That was Leonard.
That was Leonard.
Yeah. I put him between me and Michael so he could go next.
Okay.
All right. Well, I have to head out. I will be back, but yeah, whoever's next, go ahead.
Good work, Michael. Who's next?
Leonard.
Okay. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it. Sorry. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
First sentence.
I need to
That
hear
one
it
you
again
get?
because it got cut off.
Yeah, he kept on. He was doing this.
Yeah, do it again.
Do it again, Leonard.
Yeah.
It's not just Geico easy. It was definitely upspeak on easy.
Yeah,
There was a lot of
better
sing-songing
than
going on.
Geiki. It was
Okay.
definitely hills and valleys.
Yeah.
Take your time too. Take a bit of time.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That was better.
Yep, it was definitely.
But you punched goal a little bit. I don't think that was bad though.
He did two different easies too. That was actually pretty cool. But
That's good. Yeah.
It
something
sounds a little pushed or something though.
yeah, it sounded like it was forced.
Yeah.
Um,
It's hard to get rid of and it's hard to explain, but
I think
A little off because I'm not in my booth, but
yeah. Well, I mean, it's performance is performance. It doesn't matter where you are.
yep.
Yeah.
That first first paragraph is the first part. The first sentence was sounded reedy. Maybe it was that you know, it was the peaks and valleys. Too many.
No, the first line too. It just kind of at the very first line, it sounded like you went down a little bit. That's what it sounded like to me. Like you said, I mean, that's what I heard.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it.
Right.
It's
instead of
basically what it sounded like to me too. I
Yeah.
actually
try to be up. Try to go up.
try to be. No, that's not.
Don't ask me.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it.
It's more flat instead of running out of steam.
It's an energy. It's an energy thing. You just lack the energy at the end. You don't have to have the tone. This tone can the energy.
Okay.
Yep.
Try again.
Yeah, go for it.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
All right, slow that down. Go again.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Slow it down. You did the exact same pace.
Sorry. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Do that last line again.
It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Do the last line again. Try not to hit the goal.
Okay. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Still hit it.
Get up.
It's
One more
having
time.
a goal easy. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Start at the Geico. It's not just not just Geico easy.
It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Better.
That was better.
That was better.
Hard.
Nope, that worked.
Yeah, I liked it.
All right, fix it in post. Nathan.
Next.
Okay, do a full read. Do a full read and try not to hit that goal.
Okay. Well, it's good not hitting goals when there are walruses in them.
The goal is not to hit the goal.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed slower. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That was 98% what you talked about. So
Yeah,
I like the last sentence.
He found the pacing. He did.
Just sounded
That's
a
a
little
long-
exasperated at one of the first sentences. I could hear you actually sighing.
So read it one more time, relax, and let it go.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Well, we got the last line. We got the perfect last line from you
Yeah.
already. So
We'll be able to tie it all together.
We're good at cut and paste. It'll work, darling. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it later.
With the music and the sound effects, nobody will notice.
I've actually figured you out for how to direct you, because that's the reason I jumped in, because I know that if we just bombard you with stuff, you get confused and it just throws you off. So just one thing at a time, just for you, Leonard.
Okay. Nathan, is it you then now?
Yes, it's me. It's me. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Goal.
Geeko. What's Geeko?
Goal.
Goal. Let's go.
Goal. Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
go. I liked it. The pace was comfortable.
It just
Okay.
sounded in the beginning Geeko. You sounded like you said Geeko.
Geeko. Did I say Geeko?
You did say Geeko.
And the
Very
last line-
strange.
last
It's that
line-
accent thing, isn't it?
Geeko.
I don't know. No.
Geico. There we go.
There we are.
I'll just pattern break by doing the original Geico voice. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Okay, no. Less John, more Paul.
Let's John. I got what you're saying. Let me put it this way. I've got this Liverpudlian character that I do so regular that I just slip off into it by just naturally. It's almost as if I was born with this accent. I can't help it anymore. I've just well developed that.
A great accent.
You're still getting the goal, even with
Yes.
that British accent. You still hit the goal.
Okay.
So much fun.
You hit goal,
I
and you
just-
hit around as well.
you
Agents
hit round really
around
hard,
the
too.
clock. You just around it.
Round the clock. All right. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Now you sound like an announcer.
Oh my. It's that FCC spot all over again.
I think. So relax, calm down,
Yeah.
calm down.
I need to slow down.
Hardest thing for you.
Yeah.
Geico says, yeah, I'm constantly hyper, you know. I mean, guess what? Okay.
Calm down. Just relax and read it. Just be.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Now slow it down.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Do the
I'm gonna
last
sit
line
back and let
again.
somebody else talk.
I want to hear the last line again, please.
Yeah.
It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Full last line.
It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
I don't think he was
You see, I
punching
think
anything.
because he punched Walrus a little bit, it made the goal work okay. For to
Yeah.
me, Walrus and the goal easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I noticed the walrus being punched because that's who's in the goal. So
But that's the
I'm
whole
with
thing.
you, JD.
Walrus in the goal is this is it. It's one word.
Yes.
The concept.
Yes.
Yeah.
It needed punctuation. That's a walrus in the goal.
Who punches a
yeah.
walrus?
Good. I like that.
Yeah. Not me.
Like the walrus.
You don't like it?
Who punches a walrus? Somebody with a lot of guts.
You get them away from the goal that way.
No, the walrus won't feel it. Don't worry about all that fat's in the way.
Yeah, body checked the walrus today at the game.
No, I thought that was a lot better. The pacing was there, and yeah, I'm with you, JD. That's what it was. It was like he didn't punch goal, but there was something in there, and that's what it was.
Yeah,
it worked.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yay.
everyone, for that tweak. That worked well.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing that direction is there for, to help you to be a better actor.
All right,
like
Danny, what you got for us?
I feel like I've taken over the mic check. I don't feel good about it.
No, you've been doing great with that direction stuff there, Dan.
I've been doing good.
I think I need to find a new calling or something. No,
Add direction to your resume.
Less
Yeah.
Texas accent though, Dan.
no, I'm gonna go full Texas on this one.
All right.
Go for it.
Geico says it's easy to help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Dan, I need you to read the words that's on the page.
What did I do?
You skipped a chunk there.
It was easy to help. But
I might have lost connection then.
It's
because-
easy to help.
Well,
when you
it
need
was
it.
just
No.
above his grade level, so he's.
No, I said get help. I said get help.
You didn't say get, you just said help. Or at least that's how it came out.
Maybe.
I'll know for sure on the playback.
Over in the airwaves. 3 airs to your north.
Damn this DSL. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
I like that.
You make it sound very easy.
Down home charm, man.
You had to.
I'm getting Geico. I like that.
Just a tad slow.
It actually worked. It sounded pretty genuine.
Yeah, it worked.
Like it.
It's easy to sound genuine once your actual accent. So
Right, yeah, anybody, come on.
I don't know how many hockey games you got in Texas, but
got the Dallas Stars. Got the Dallas North Stars.
More
in
stars.
Minnesota.
Oh, that worked. That was good. I like
Yeah,
it.
I'd say it was good, but do it again, Dan.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. I just punched goal.
You did?
Oh, there.
I like
Your own rules apply, my friend.
It especially applies to you, Bucko.
I like the other way.
I liked it.
I liked it.
No, I liked it. I thought it was fine. I don't think it got punched that much. I don't think it was.
No.
I thought that was fine.
Yeah,
it was
I don't have any
okay.
problem with
It actually felt like it fit with your read.
That was fine.
Yeah, I think it depends on the read, whether it stands out too much.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All righty then.
Well,
Well,
it's Debbie's turn now, huh?
Debbie, you get to follow that.
Yes.
Right. I got to get that accent out my head. Otherwise, I'll be saying it the way you did. Lord.
It's actually my natural accent. I paid $4,000 to get that accent removed. So, and every time I come on here, they give me shit about it. Pardon my language.
Bring it back.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
I want
Weird pauses. I don't know.
I want a little bit more. It almost seemed like Geico. The Geico name wasn't billboarded enough. Maybe it was too conversational.
Too conversational? I've yet to be accused of that.
You're welcome here.
Then you know what I say? I've achieved something, and I'm ready to to go home.
No, Geico. 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 Yeah.
Geico.
Yeah, I think just smoothing it out a little bit. There was some pauses that just seemed a little, and I think other than that, I didn't have a problem with the read, but that it might help a little just smoothing it out a bit. That's all.
I think the pauses were too long. If you shorten the pauses, they might be better.
Yeah.
Like the one after Bacchus.
I was trying to do something different than what I've been hearing.
That's
Just
what we're here for.
You know, just to
Good for you. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, go ahead and take those pauses, but shorten them. Make them
micro pauses.
Like micro pauses. Yeah, just barely noticeable, but still there.
Geico says it's easy to help when you need it. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Do the last line again, full line.
It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
You're
Too much
punching
on
just.
goal.
I think that's what it is.
I think Geico and Easy are kind of run together.
Geico should be billboard, not just.
Yeah.
It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
good.
that was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 2 in a row that you had that were really good. The last 2. And they were different, but they were both spot on. So I don't know.
They were both very good. It's like, shoot, now we have to choose between them.
There you go.
Yeah, and do it
Make
one
the
more
producers have to deal with it.
I believe it's the punching and walrus that helps.
But one more time, Deb.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. I know I hit the just a lot on the Geico on that last one, but
I don't know what you're talking about. Stop doing the Dan rule. It's my rule, darn it.
You are not allowed to critique yourself, Missy.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, right. I didn't mean to do that.
But we have 3 takes of the last line that we don't know which one to choose from anyway.
Yeah. So let's not confuse the poor producers anymore.
Well, let's see. I like this one. Well, I actually had a
Very
producer
nice
that did that. I did two takes on something. One of them had a little less energy in it. The one that has less energy is still playing on television 7 days a week.
Very nice read, Debbie. That was excellent.
Thank you. I'll share a funny bit with you. You were talking to Nathan about, a little less Paul, a little more John or whatever. Well, I had the direction once. I had somebody ask me for a little less ginger. And I'm thinking, oh, shit, ginger. Okay, ginger's a spice. How spicy? What's that sound like? And a little more Marianne.
There you go.
Okay.
I heard it coming.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, I've got one of my favorite Beatles songs running through my head thanks to this commercial.
So less smart, more dits. Ginger and Marianne, right?
Oh, yes.
Ginger was
No,
the smart
I
one,
got it,
Marianne.
Dan.
No, less movie star, more girl next door.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Less sexy, more girl next door, but same, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Debbie, that was awesome.
Yes,
you.
very
There you go.
nice.
Absolutely.
Russ, you have to follow that.
There you go, Russ.
Okay.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
You didn't punch anything, but slow down.
Slow
You
down.
were running through this, buddy.
I think you need to billboard Geico a little more at the beginning, the first time.
All
you
right.
say it. Otherwise, it's good.
All right.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Slow it down.
Slow down a little
Yeah,
bit.
you're still running. You did a better job of billboarding, and it actually the read was really good, but it was you were
Drop it about 20%. Drop about 20% of speed off that.
I feel like the easies there in the last line, and they're almost forgotten. They're almost whispered. Maybe give them a little bit more.
Okay.
I thought it could be a little bit happier in the beginning because it came off a little depressed. Geico says it's easy, like, well, that's kind of a drag. Geico said, it was sort of as opposed to,
Yeah. Okay, that's enough.
I'm not saying put a smile in it, but, just It's
Yeah.
not that bad news.
Okay. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. I'm still going too fast, so I'm going to start over.
Thank you.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Now roll from that last line into the speed on the top, because that last line, the it's not just Geico easy was a perfect speed.
There you go.
Use that speed for the top.
It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Yes.
There you go. You finally brought it down. That was a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Excellent.
When we're having that problem, Larry will tell us, feel like you're walking through mud while you're reading. That will slow you down. So that's what I try.
So I found my new calling. I'm going to be a director.
Right. I'll take it. Hire me.
Oh, nice job, Russ.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Richard.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Okay, so for the excellent read, but it seemed like you went from that first paragraph to the second paragraph like that. I didn't have any space. I didn't have any
Needed a
time to think
space
about
between
it.
them.
I didn't have any
Well,
time to
do
think.
that in post. That's not my problem.
I still didn't have a director. I didn't have any time to think about what you were actually doing.
It's a little sing-songy, Rich. Just
Was it still?
like the
Golly.
second half.
Yeah.
Second half more than the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn walrus. More energy too. Add more energy if you got it.
We'll see what we can do. I'm
Without
fresh
speeding
off of 24 hours of being in either a plane, an airport, or traveling to it. And it's,
You're committed.
All right, here we go. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That last line sounded forced. It sounded like you were actually.
Yeah, and you
Sounded
really
like-
punched goal.
Yes,
Sounded
I
like you
did.
were reading your
I hear you there.
I can't say anything. I can't say anything.
Not just Geico easy.
It was a little staccato in the end.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That's what you did last time.
That's what I did
Yeah.
last
Now
time.
that you've
Yeah.
heard it,
Yes.
Some odd reason I heard Pepperidge Farm remembers.
It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Now that sounds like frustration.
That's exactly what it was. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. I paused after goal again.
All right.
It's not
pattern
just
break.
Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Smile.
Pattern break.
Smile.
Smile. It's super.
Miles
It's
having a
not
little
just
smile.
Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Hey, Richard, do me a favor. I know you're going to get mad
Yes.
at me. You'll get
No,
mad.
I don't. Please. I have direction. I'm not doing it right, so that's what I'm here for.
No, I love you so much.
Yes,
Can you try to read it lower?
Okay. Oh, was I at
Like-
an upper
like-
register?
Yeah, because I hear your accent so strong. Which is fine. But try to do it
Deeper
low,
tone.
like you're
Yes.
talking. I don't know.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
It was better.
Nope.
But oh,
Yeah.
Richard, did that feel uncomfortable for you?
probably.
No, not necessarily uncomfortable, just different. I'm
Okay,
trying to
because-
listen and
because
go with directions.
You had two different feels, depending on what you were reading. That top half was really deadpan, really flat, really emotionless, and that bottom half was suddenly there was some life in there with the whole thing.
All right. All right. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. Still not.
You keep dancing through walrus in the goal. You just do.
Really?
Walrus in the goal.
It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Having a walrus in the goal. Just try and do it really. Try and maybe just do it really, really fast, just to change.
There you go.
Change the.
It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that better?
Well,
It's
that
having
is
a
done.
walrus in the goal easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Now slow it down.
It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Split the difference.
I'm still getting I look up and I got JD going.
Walrus in the goal. Walrus in the goal.
Oh, okay.
Well, we should listen pretty close to what JD has to say.
Stop
Janet,
it!
both of them.
You're embarrassing me.
I just saw one of his movies. What were we watching with the grandkids? Oh, I know what it was. It was Mary Poppins.
Oh.
Oh, he's laughing. Yes. Anyway, I'm going, wait a minute. I just saw something. It went. All right. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. How about if I say the word walrus? It's a walrus.
I actually want. I know this is a weird request, but remove some of the emotion because it sounds too excitable, too excited about.
Too excited.
Yeah.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Yeah.
Like the second half.
That got a definite maybe.
Michael, we're stealing your title. We're giving it to Richard.
Oh no, I'm going to fight to keep that title.
I'm out to get you, Montez. I'm here.
Michael, have you been listening, Michael?
Oh, of course I have.
Okay, I was just wondering about this direction to slow down. Because sometimes, like comedy, the way it's supposed to be tongue in cheek, kind of, if you speed it up a little, it seems a little, more comedy. When you slow it down, it sounds a little warmer. Maybe we're not going for warmer. I'm not sure.
Well, the thing is we're not trying to play up the comedy. The comedy is coming from the fact that this is supposed to be just a flat, normal, I don't even think we should have. I realize my mistake now. I don't even think we should have talked about this as a comedy script in the first place because that's instantly starting to set people off. And I have heard it in a few of the reads so far. The comedy behind it is that this is just supposed to be. Well, yeah, of course it's going to be easy to win a hockey game when you have a massive blubber in front of the entire goal. So
you're not getting one in.
Yeah, exactly. So the whole thing should be done with an air of sincerity. I see what you mean about the warmth, about slowing it down makes it seem more personable, more emotional, I suppose you could say too.
Yeah, the line that's coming to my mind is "Tell it, don't sell it."
Well, yeah, and
have been selling it. You can deliver it really matter of fact, and you can tell it with a little bit of a wink, but don't sell it.
So I think the main thing that's sort of getting lost is the main points and giving the main points of that very beginning the place that it needs. So like the two major points there are it's easy to get help when you need it and agents around the clock. Like around the clock is the main thing. Like those are the major selling points. So it should be something like Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it helps or because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. So there's almost like a continuation of how you're telling the story. So the way that you're supposed to be comparing the Geico and walrus in the goal should be the same way you compare or it should have a similar feel to get help when you need it and around the clock. It's almost like a continuous pattern you can go into because this is supposed to be just matter of fact. This is just a fact. You're telling it. You're just like communicating it. This is just the way that reality is. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
You know what? You're not sounding dramatic at all there.
Yeah, that was lots better.
Finally, I did a good read.
Lots better. It was great.
Gosh.
It was perfect, darling.
You're also not
Every
slow.
day,
You're also not
Now I need to
slowly
slow it down.
recording.
All right, I got to do it
Also
one more time because you guys got
Do it.
here. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
The tone, the pace, everything like that was good. Just you swallowed walrus.
He's thinking.
Yeah,
about it. You're thinking about it.
My eye teeth got in the way and I couldn't see what I'm saying. Sorry. Shoot. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. Walrus.
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 Well, here's the thing. I believe you that you know English, but the thing is you're a voice actor. You're going to forget English.
It's having a walrus in the goal easy. Jeepers.
It's funny. Nancy Wolfson gave me a really funny little anecdote after I messed up a script a whole bunch. She was telling me about a friend of hers who has nothing to do with voiceover, who she visited and was like made this dish that Nancy really loved. So her friend talked about how she had this cookbook that talked about this philosophy at the very beginning. So her friend picked up the cookbook and just read it, and Nancy was like, "That was the perfect read." Like, you don't understand that. Like, I try to teach people to do that with every script they come across, with everything they come across. And her friend's like, yeah, I know English. And it's like, well, okay, great. We're voice actors because we're getting paid for this, or hopefully we're getting paid for this. We're looking to get paid for this. We immediately forget how to speak English. So, I get the mess ups, and I'm putting that out there as it's okay to mess up because it's going to happen to everybody. That's why we have editing software. But yeah, no, all in all, I think that was besides the walrus flub ups, I think that was pretty good.
Other than the walrus, other than the walrus of the word walrus, nabbit.
That's okay. There was a script that I had to say the most famous cat hypnotist. And for some reason, I kept adding like a T or an ED sound at the end of famous. So that one took me forever to do. So I get it. You know, simple words can completely throw you off.
It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
There you go. Perfect. We'll just
you got
put that in.
And over here, in, baby. Guys, I'm going to have to scoot. The wife and I haven't had anything to eat since about 6 o'clock this morning. And it was airport food.
See you, man.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Take care, guys.
Bye, Richard.
See you, Richard.
Toodles.
Good luck
All
for
right.
getting the walrus.
Yes.
So next up is Shane, right?
The walrus was Paul.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
I didn't see any problems with that. Anybody else?
Nothing.
No. He's been taking every last piece of direction, marking up his copy, and just he's got notations all over the page.
It was a
Do it
good.
again. We have something to pick on.
I'd probably, if I were the director, I'd probably go, let's just do one more for a backup. But that was fine.
Yeah, same here. So yeah, just go ahead and give us one more read.
Okay. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Yeah.
So now that we got those, let's do something out off the wall just because we're paying for the time, you know. Let's do something out there. Can you do it in a French accent?
Oh, I'm no good at French. You know, Dan, is it you with the Texas?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you, how are you on that? And I don't know how to describe it, but that drawl that Matthew McConaughey, and I don't know if you've ever seen the interview segments with Don Henley from the Eagles.
Are you talking about Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me try something like that.
Okay, we can do that.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. Not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That was more Sam Elliott than Matthew McConaughey, but
I'd still take it.
Hey, you're
Come
gonna
on.
show it
Yeah.
that, so Sam Elliott.
that was more Sam Elliott than Matthew McConaughey. It was like a mix between the two.
I felt that last one was a little too low in your register, maybe. But the first ones were great.
Yeah. I mean, we were just doing something for fun. So
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, Shane, congratulations. We really didn't have much to say. So up next is Devin.
Devin. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
All right, opening it up. What did everybody think?
A little too much goal.
We all hit goal. Damn that goal.
But it was just nice.
it was comfortable. It was you actually sounded relaxed, Devin, and that's
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. Sounded nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Sounded walrus in the goalie.
I lost because, but it didn't really detract from the performance. Might have
So
been
just goal, that's it. All right.
Yeah, I think you've kind of tamed that. I guess some people might call it a little overacting thing that you do. You know what I'm talking about?
We love you, Devin.
Well, I can go either way.
Give us another read.
Did she tame her inner Shatner? Is that what you're saying?
But like
Devin
you
used
said
to
last
read
week, it's
facts
part of your
and-
personality. It just is. You
Yeah.
know? It's not really overacting.
Well, that was my argument about when people say just be authentic. Well,
Yep.
don't tell me to be authentic. Tell me to be more mellow.
Well, here, try this. I don't know, just for fun. Try approaching it like an explainer script. You know, like e-learning.
Okay, e-learning.
More pressure.
I've never done e-learning, but okay, we'll go with that. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Do the last line again, but make sure that you billboard Geico.
It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Yeah, why not?
You did it.
You had a good take before anyway. I didn't really have much to say. I was just trying to throw a wrench to the system for you. And apparently it worked.
Okay.
So we have two.
So
now
we're
we have
done?
2 texts we have to work on. Which one are we gonna pick?
No,
Girl
really,
can act. You're good,
you
job.
did it. So the first take that you did had it had a lot of personality to it, but you know, I've worked with you one-on-one before, and it's very much so like you're your normal speaking and communication. So I didn't really have a problem with it. Just figured let's do something for fun. You know, you are paying for the time, as Dan said.
Thank you.
All right. So who was up next?
Moving on.
Janet.
Janet is up next.
Janet.
The award-winning Janet Peters.
Introducing the award-winning Janet Peters. Janet, take it away.
Scared. All right. Oh, God. All right. All right. All right. Hold on. Here we go. You know, I visualize some woman with a high voice. You know, Geico. You know,
No,
she's up
just be
there.
you.
And-
Be
all
you.
right, All right. All right. All right. Okay. Let me take off my. Sorry. Jesus. All right. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Slow it down.
Okay. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. still too fast?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that was basically the first take over again.
Yeah.
It was very similar.
Like the performance is. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. The performance is not bad. It's just slow it down.
just a general note. I've noticed that when you tell people to slow it down, they put longer pauses between the words, but the words are still the same speed.
Okay.
And you need to actually slow the words themselves down so that it sounds bad to you, but it doesn't sound bad to us.
Okay.
Talk to your granddaughter, or your daughter, or your sister, your brother, your kids. You know, that's basically slowing it down means.
Dan, what do you know about her family?
I know nothing about her family. I have no family, but I understand what it is. Nieces, nephews, cousins. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
my daughters aren't married. There's no children yet. Okay, I'll try it again with my earphones. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
I like it. I liked it. It's a little
Yeah.
fast.
Like you had a period there in the middle of the first line.
Mm-hmm.
So it was almost too much of a disconnect there. Get help when you need it because it provides license. Yeah.
Well, that's actually kind of how the spot goes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I think there was a
If you look
little too much there.
If you look at the script, it's missing some punctuation. That's for sure.
Or should I do one more? And
Yeah, do another one.
all right. Okay. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. Hello.
Stop damning yourself.
It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Was that
Janet,
worse? What?
No reactions after your performance.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm
You're
sorry.
getting well. It's because you're getting in your own head with it. You don't want to cloud yourself with your performance. That's the only reason. Now, again, the actual performance, the emotion, everything like that is good. You just haven't actually slowed the pace down in any of the reads so far.
Jesus.
They've all been pretty much the same pace. I mean,
Pattern break.
yeah.
Drunken vampire.
Drunken vampire.
All right. All right.
Drunken vampire. Good.
All right. Can I do it one more?
Yeah, go for it, please.
Okay. Slower. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Yeah, that
you slowed it down.
More reaction. You started out at a good pace. Geico says it's, and then you ramped it right up. Easy to get help when you need it.
Damn it.
Watch this. Right? Easy to get help when you need it. Just all those are separate words. They're all separate ones.
Well,
I still want to hear the drunken sultry vampire.
No, no, okay. But I wish I could grasp this. Wait, let me see.
No, do your pattern break. It'll help. It really does.
Do what now?
The pattern break. You're a drunken vampire trying to sell people on Geico. Go for it.
All right. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That's the right pace. Now do it.
Yeah, exactly. You hit the pace. Go for it.
Oh my God. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Okay, the pace was slightly modified that time. Still a little quick at certain points.
Are you kidding?
Well, I think what it is you start the sentence, like each line you started out at the right pace and then you sped up the end of the sentence. The end of the, because you did Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock is what you did.
Yeah. It's just like your head is saying, okay, these are short lines. I just get through them. and you have to, yeah, you have to slow those lines down and make them not so short.
All right, I'm gonna I'll do it one
Own
more
them,
time.
own them, flaunt them, wear them like a feather boa.
All right, all right.
Can another suggestion, if I may?
Please, please.
Because everybody's saying, it's Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it. Think of putting a slash bar. So Geico says it's easy to get help. Maybe, and then think of maybe pausing there, micro pause or whatever, when you need it. Just putting pauses in other places so that changes the way it's
rhythm.
coming out, the rhythm.
I think you should just read the first line and we'll get that down and then go from there. Because that's where the problem is, right there.
That's hysterical.
I'm actually, he's pretty much right.
Yeah, no, he's right.
Yeah, but they would never ask me back. All right, he said they're gonna spend their night doing bullshit. All right, here we go. Right? Okay. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Now read it again, same pace.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all right.
That's more of it. Yeah.
No, that was it.
I like the
You found it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just hit it out of the ballpark. You know that. Right?
It took you
Okay.
7 swings.
Hey,
it,
if I understand baseball correctly, 1 out of 7 is still pretty good.
Sometimes when you're up, you get
That's
7.
true.
All right. Well, I'll work on it. Thank you, guys.
Joe,
Joseph.
What happened?
it's your turn. We already know you're going to hit this out of the park. So do you want to start with a pattern break or?
I'll try something different and see if it fits the commercial. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. Having a walrus in the goal easy.
I missed the second "it's," but other than that,
I heard this. I heard this.
I heard
that
that.
was it.
it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
I don't know how that was different. It was just good.
Joe, you're just too good. Why are you still here?
Because he still needs practice. Because everybody still needs practice.
I learn everybody has different takes on how they deliver it, and I'm picking all your takes and taking them for me.
Wow. How talented
Good
you
luck
are.
with mine.
Hey, don't just as a note, don't take mine. It's not going to work for you. Trust me. It's not working for me right now. So just don't take mine.
All right, Joe. So we want a safety take, and then we want a out of this world. Just do what you do. Take.
Okay. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. Geico says it's not easy to get help. No, it is easy to get help when you need it. Provides licensed agents around the clock. They're watching you. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in my pants easy.
Now do that, except you are a film noir detective.
Hey, Janet.
What?
You see the way
What?
Joe shakes his head just a little bit,
Yeah.
and he still gets those inflections? I think that would help you if you didn't do quite as much shaking as.
Oh, we should move on. We're boring JD.
It's a walrus in my pants, and I'm like, how could it be? Like it fit me real good.
I don't know. I'm still thinking of Joe's film noir detective on this commercial.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that, Joe. You're a film noir detective telling a story of this. So let's hear it. Go for it, Joe.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. Having a walrus in the goal easy.
Now, if you had billboarded Geico on that would have been perfect.
I think you should have left the walrus in your pants. That's so weird.
All right, JD.
Hey, Eddie, you got a walrus in your pants. What's wrong?
All right, JD.
Geico says it's not easy. Okay. All right. I'll throw a little bit of a spin on it. But Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
So I don't necessarily agree with putting a pause after says because it sounds like you're quoting Geico.
But I am. That was something different.
Oh, you're doing something different. Okay.
I said I did that on purpose. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry. I will keep my opinions to myself on that.
No, not at all. That's the point. Okay, you didn't like that. You're the director. You don't like it. Okay, I won't do that again. So, okay.
I thought it was a little bit staccato to me.
Okay. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy. So I hit walrus rather than goal. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you call it a creative choice. What does Dan call? I'm just kidding.
Dan, what do you think there,
Dan
Dan?
calls it his choice.
Having a walrus, in a goal.
No, I mean, I personally thought it was pretty good.
listening.
I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. It's-
Okay.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Choices. Okay.
I thought you were trying to sound kind of cool.
That's what I was going thinking as well. It didn't sound
interesting,
natural. It sounded like you were just
okay.
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to be cool. I'm gonna hang over here with these guys because they're cool, and because I'm cool.
All right, so JD, you should probably axe that.
You should probably pull back on the cool.
All right, so let's just
Because you're cool. You're the coolest guy in the room.
No
Apparently.
cool. Less cool. No, I can't do that.
That gig went to his head.
I was waiting for that comment. Okay. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Too much goal.
I hit them both. I hit walrus too.
Why would you hit the walrus?
Get his
Because
attention.
walrus do to you.
Make sure
The
he's
walrus
paying
doesn't feel
attention.
He lost the cool though, which is
But
good.
I felt that one was a little
Had to get
bad.
rid of the cool.
Yeah,
It
my
was a
only
little
issue with it personally was it was just a bit quick. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Like
was
that's really it. I think you were right there emotionally where the spot would normally be is just a bit quick.
I do think it was quick too. You want me to do it again? Or are we done with
Absolutely.
me? Okay.
Go for it.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
And it was still, it sounded the same pace to me. I don't know. Did anybody hear a slowdown at all?
He slowed it down by making breaks in the words. So, yeah, just
Yeah, it was too much break after it.
no. That's how he slowed it down. And
Which
that's
it? Oh, because yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Too much break.
No, it was still the same pace. It was just you took a longer break.
Yeah, it's not like a period
break between the words.
Okay. Oh.
So you still want to slow it down, but you don't want to take those hard breaks like you were doing a minute ago.
Yeah.
Geico said,
It's easy to get help when you need it.
Geico says it's easy.
Or are we all trying to talk to whales now, or are we going to let JD do that?
I think just throwing a little bit of droopy in there. It's easy to get help.
Anyway, JD, go for it. Go for it, JD.
Sure. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the goal easy.
All right, Roadrunner.
Still thought that was Geico says it's easy
You
to
actually
help
went
when it
faster.
provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not
Yeah,
Geico easy, it's having a walrus in the
I
goal
like
easy.
the last line on that. I like the last line.
Yeah, the last line.
Yeah.
Think Georgie Jessel. Think Georgie
Jessel.
Georgie Jessel.
Let's do it this way. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides. After long pause, Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Now, same performance, a little bit slower. 20% off.
Whew. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock.
Nope, slow it down.
Oh, slow down.
Wow.
You
went the same speed as you did last time.
Your stumble is Geico says.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because
try Geico says. Try it that way. Start it that way.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it. Pardon?
Do it where it's almost uncomfortable. You know, slow.
No, I understood.
Is this a pattern break?
It's not a pattern break.
Seems awfully
Not
slow.
a pattern break? No, let's see. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Now roll through. Same speed as the last line.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
See, you're doing it's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy. But then you're speeding through. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it. So
read it like
it's fine and use that same pace.
Well, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there for now for time constraints.
Okay.
Because we still have John to go.
I gotta practice. Yeah. Speed, baby.
But yeah. Well, pacing is kind of difficult, and I think we should, probably have a mic check that's completely devoted to that specifically.
That would be great.
I'll see if I can find something with that. But yeah, practicing pacing itself is definitely going to be a challenge, which I'm all about. Keep your eyes out.
Good.
But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. So, John, are you still here with us?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're up.
All right. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
All right, what did everybody think?
The first line came off really well. It started out conversational. Then that second line seemed to come across maybe salesy, announcery to me. I don't know why, honestly. The tagline was fine.
I think it kind of hit clock a little bit as a clock. I don't know. Sounded a little weird on the clock to me.
So you clocked it wrong.
But not in JD's way for speed. You
All right, go again?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey. Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Awesome. I think.
Sounded natural.
Yep.
Natural. That's, yeah, it did.
It sounded very natural.
The last person should.
All right, John. Let's see. Let's get a safety take from you.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
Now, what kind of characters do you have?
Well, no. Remember, it's not about what kind of characters they have.
No, it is.
Come on,
but
I did Mickey Mouse, for goodness sakes. Get creative.
It's about the characters you don't have.
Let's try Georgia Aristocrat.
Georgia Aristocrat.
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
Rhett Butler, basically.
Georgia, the jungle. No, never mind.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
I actually like that take better than I did the first two.
That was a good take.
That was a little dragnet.
I love that. That sounded great.
Yeah, that actually sounded like it fit.
Yeah, it did. Hey, were we going to watch this thing?
Yeah, I've got it right here. You ready?
Yeah, I've been a good guy and not watched it on the side here.
I haven't actually watched it on the side either, but.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've got it too, but I'm.
Hey, John, your aristocrat is spot on, by the way. The Georgia part needs a little help.
That's because I'm from Alabama. We don't like Georgia people.
So do an Alabama aristocrat then. Do a Southern Alabama aristocrat.
You need some help? I'm here.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That wasn't Alabama.
That's not
Can
Alabama.
you do the Dos Equis guy?
That was an aristocrat, but it wasn't Alabama.
Take it from someone who's sitting in Alabama right now. That wasn't Alabama.
I'm sitting in Alabama right now too, so.
Oh no.
See, that's the voice I want to hear. Your natural accent right there. What you just said was Alabama accent.
Yep.
It was not aristocrat though, was it?
No, but you could take that and just perk it up a little bit.
Geico says it's easy to get help when you need it because it provides licensed agents around the clock. It's not just Geico easy. It's having a walrus in the goal easy.
That was almost there. I think what you're doing is you're actually reading the script and you're trying to make sure that you pronounce all the consonants.
So hang on a second. We'll slow down on this because we've got to get moving on. We're running towards the end of time here.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see how far off we were from the actual thing. Why don't you go ahead and run it twice in a row? And then I've got a quick announcement, and then we'll wrap up the recorded portion of the mic check.
That's how
Yeah, well, I mean, apparently they went with a completely different direction because this was entirely on screen. So I guess we could have gone with, character in universe feel, but okay, well. I think we all did good. I think we all stuck to the direction that we went with, though. I think that was still pretty fantastic. But yeah, I guess they went with something different.
I kind of thought it sounded like your read, Michael.
Yeah.
It actually did.
Exactly.
Is that a good thing?
I said I liked this first.
Well, it was kind of dramatic. Did you hear it?
It was dramatic.
Drama.
It was a little dramatic, yeah.
Yeah. In spite of the fact that he was throwing a fish to the walrus at the end.
But
I'm sorry, I didn't have any fish on hand. I would have done it.
Perseverance. In the end, you get the gig after all, Mike.
Well, anyway, real quick, I just wanted to make the announcement here. For those of you who are in the Thumbs Up Club, and if you want more information on that, you can find us on Patreon. For those of you who are on the Thumbs Up Club, you did already hear about this, but we will be having Anna Garduño on with us on July 1st. Anna is an up-and-coming coach, and she's got some really, really cool stuff that she's preparing for us for this particular mic check she's going to join us on. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure to join us. If you are part of the Thumbs Up Club, we will be having a drawing for however many people she decides to work with. So that's something to keep on your calendar. Other than that, Nate, handing it over to you.
Okay.
Is that next week? Is July 1st?
July 1st is next week. So that's going to be next week.
Next mic check. She's going to join us.
Next mic check. And for everybody there watching us on YouTube, it is out there on Facebook, the invite, the registration. Hey, we got room for plenty in here. Come on in and join us. Watching this is great. It's a lot of fun, but being here is even more fun. So come on down and join us. We got room. We definitely got room. Okay. We can hold 50.
We've definitely got room.
So let's pack it out. So anyway, this has been a great mic check, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Join us every Monday for free script practice. You can also find the mic check on Facebook and Twitter. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more.